Take It Slow Homestead. I'm Carol, and today I need to take care of some onions that are starting to get old. I've had them stored down in my basement, and the other day when I was down there I noticed that the thermometer said 60 degrees, and I thought, it's not cold enough down here to keep those onions fresh enough to last very much longer. I noticed some of them were starting to grow little stems, and some of them were getting soft. So I have been preserving them, and I'll show you how I've been doing it. Here are some of the onions. You can see on this one, see that green coming out right there on the top? Yeah, that means they were too warm. And then also I have some that are getting a little bit soft. They feel a little bit soft. That means they were too warm also. So let's take care of these onions, poor things. What I'm going to do is chop them up. I usually have the water running. Maybe I can still use it. I have the camera straddled over one of the sinks, but I can use this sink. I like to keep them wet as I'm cutting them up. And the reason I do that is I'm trying to keep the fumes down. Now this one had separated into two bulbs, and I've noticed that a lot of my onions this year have done that. So instead of having just one large onion bulb, it's split into two. So this is how it was. There's the back of it, and see that? Okay, then I just chop them up. They don't have to be very small. If you think about what you use them for, then you can prepare them accordingly. You might want great big chunks, you might want little tiny pieces. So there's one all chopped up. I usually use onions in making soup or a roast. I slide them onto this cookie sheet, even them out a little bit. Here's all the chopped up onions. I've got quite a few. So what I'm going to do now is put them in the freezer, and then when they come out after, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes, something like that, then I will put them in vacuum sealed bags. I'm going to put wax paper over these, just in hopes that the onion smell doesn't get all over in the freezer. We'll see if that helps. I don't know if you noticed during that time lapse that occasionally I would take my sprayer out and spray off the onion. I was wondering if it would help some of those skins come off, because some of them are kind of tricky to get off and you have to kind of pick at it. And it helped for most of them. While those onions are freezing, I have 3 potatoes that I'm going to cook. These are potatoes from my garden last fall, and the variety is called Nicola. They're supposed to be the lowest potato on the glycemic index, so if you're watching your carbohydrates, maybe you should plant some Nicola potatoes. So I'm just going to peel these, and after I peel them, I'm going to cube them, bite-sized cubes, and I'm going to boil them. Sometimes I will eat the skins on potatoes, but I'm not going to this time. That's why I'm peeling them. These potatoes have more of a yellowish inside. They're not really white like some of the other potatoes, like, I don't know, russets or something like that. But these are a little bit yellow. I know you can grow potatoes that are actually purple on the inside. To me, that's too weird. Yeah, I guess I'm too old-fashioned. I just don't think I want to eat purple potatoes. I'm sure they're fine, and fun for some people, but I don't want to eat them. I just turned the oven on to high. I mean, not the oven, but the stove. Sprinkle a little salt in there. Put the potatoes in the pan. This is probably too big of a pan to just do potatoes in, but after these are finished, I'm going to make a pot of soup, and this is the pan I'm going to use. I'm not going to put these potatoes in the soup, however. I'm just going to cook these. When they're nice and done, I'm going to smother them in butter and sour cream. There they are. When they come to a boil, I'm going to boil them for about, probably close to 20 minutes for our high altitude. I'm going to turn the heat down to about number 1. 20 minutes. There's a nice simmer going on down there. While they're simmering for 20 minutes, let's go out to the chicken coop. It's 35 out there right now. I have 2 hens that are sitting on eggs. Today is the 21st day. As you can see, we have some snow on the ground still. These guys have a lot of mud in here right now. We've had a lot of snow lately, and it's been melting and causing puddles. Let's see what we have going on in here. Got some Tweety birds back there, flitting around. And there's Kit. Hey, what's up, Kit? What's going on? Do we have chicks? Do we have any chicks today? Hey, ladies. There's 2 hens sitting. There's one right there. I'll just zoom in a little bit. I don't want to disturb them. There's one over there. We have to be careful we don't in here. So there they go. Okay, ladies, are you having babies today? I'm going to bring some more wood shavings in here. I'm going to clean out their poop. They get off their nest like once a day and they eat, drink poop. And then they get back on. Yeah, I hope everything's okay with them. I will get back to you on that. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the country, mostly in the south, southeast. They're enjoying warmer temperatures right now. They're starting their seeds. They're getting ready to plant their seeds out in their gardens. It will be just a little bit, a week or two before I even start my seeds indoors. It's March 2nd. Hopefully in 2 weeks I can plant peas here again. So if it warms up enough, that's what I'll be doing in just 2 weeks. I don't know how that's going to work out. Oh, look at that grass. It's not green, but it's not white either. They are done. I always like to save my potato water and use it in soup or bread. I used to use it in bread all the time. Some butter. I'll put the lid on to keep the heat in there and melt that butter. The butter's all melted, so I'm just going to stir the potatoes around in the butter. They smell good. I took some sour cream and I put it in this bowl and just kind of spread it around the sides and the bottom. And now I'm going to put some potatoes in this bowl with the sour cream. About that many. It's hard to stop. There's my buttery potatoes with sour cream. I can stir this all around if I want to, get that all mixed, or just without stirring it, just eat it. All right, there you go. Let's see. They are so good. So simple. Tastes like a baked potato. It's just potato, butter, and sour cream. Thanks for joining me today as I took care of some onions that were starting to get a little bit on the older side. And also, as I went out and checked on the hens that are sitting, I sure hope they can hatch out some babies. And then also, we checked on the garden, which is snow-covered still. But it's spring, and the days are getting longer. The daylight is getting longer. So I'm happy about that. And soon, I will be starting some seeds indoors. Probably celery and green peppers. For the tomatoes, I think I'm going to just take some sucker starts off of the ones that are in my porch, root them in some water, and then before our last average frost, I'll put them outside in some walls of water. So, and a wall of water, if you don't know what that is, it's a tubular shaped piece of plastic that has small tubes next to each other all the way around it that you fill with water. During the day the water gets warm, it acts like a greenhouse overnight, keeps your plants alive overnight even if it freezes. Okay, so we looked at the garden. Then I took care of some other things that were starting to get old, and that is some of my potatoes. So, went ahead and made what should I call it? Well, I don't know what I'm going to call it, but I do know that it's good. Really good. So, thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope that you find something in your house that needs to be taken care of. Whether your onions are getting old or your potatoes are getting too old, or whatever it is. Maybe it's not food. Maybe it's something else. But I hope you'll find something and take care of it. It's a challenge, but you can do it. And remember that even when you take it slow, you can accomplish a lot. Thanks for watching.